Hello everyone, we're here with Mom who decided to buy some fish and well, here they are, so I thought we would see what fish Mom decided to get. They appear to be a type of
goldfish.
black moor.
They're supposed to be pandas.
Well, they're white and black, so yeah.
So now we need to go put them in so they can acclimate in their carp tank.
The heat pack they came in with was cold.
Well, they're goldfish. Has to be a cold pack.
Well, it was kind of cold, so it was like gel though.
Yeah.
While Mom's putting those in, here is my guppy tank. We have plenty of guppies and even a few other fish.
Ooh, they are black and white.
Enough, you two. And these are the black moors we have. We have 3 already. We also have a cosmos in the cave and a koi cat.
We have to let them acclimate for 15 minutes, and then we'll open up the bag and dump the water out in a net and a bucket. You never use the water that the fish comes in. Always take them out and put them in a net and drain the water in a bucket or a bowl or something that you've got. And then you take the net and you put the fish after you fill the water and you put them in the tank. You never ever use the water that it comes with, because this was Federal Express overnight, but normally it takes like 2 to 3 days, and my son will tell you the water's no good after that.
You have to remember that even though they do kind of like starve these fish a little bit beforehand so that they don't poop and pee in the bag, that still sometimes happens even if it's very little, and it's kind of like there is no filtration in that bag, so the water is not only bad, but it also has like a little amount of oxygen. We've never taken fish and put them directly in the water unless they were gasping for air. If they're gasping for air, it's better to put them in the tank and take your chances. But if it doesn't look like they're gasping for air, I would acclimate them over a 10 to 15 minute period. Some people do drip acclimation. We think this is better because it is heating the water in the bag slowly over a majority of time. We've never really had problems with this acclimation process, and it's never really failed us to what works for us. Some people are a lot more used to drip acclimation, which is where you take some of the water from the tank and put it in the bag. I've never really been a fan of this because
it shocks them.
Well, it shocks them either way, Mom. But the point is if there's something like, it's kind of hard to explain, but I feel like sometimes that you can take diseases from the tank and put it in the bag, which, I mean, that doesn't really matter, because when you do get a fish, you should always treat them with some type of medicine beforehand, unless you are like 100% sure they are healthy. And even then, it's better to be safe than sorry, because like my last batch of fish that we got through the mail, they turned out to be all sick, and they all died. But if it had been maybe not so far along, I could have probably saved most of them. It's a little bit sad, but hey, it happens. The tank this camera is on top of right now is my 20-gallon breeding guppy tank. It's got like plenty of guppies in it, as you can see. I'm basically using this one to build up stock. The guppies in this tank will also be added up to the ones with the 10 and the 15 if I can get those two to start producing. And I will sorry, I will actually be selling some of these guppies and trying to make it to where, like, you get some money. It's not all about the money, of course, though. It's about the fish. I love the fish, and I would do this even without the money. I love keeping the fish. I love breeding the fish. I like seeing what I get. I've been getting, like, new colors and stuff just by breeding, and it's a very nice, and it's a hobby that I think that a lot of people should, if they ever get the chance, you know, just get like a male and female guppy and throw them in like a 5-gallon tank and do some breeding. It's very awesome, and you can also maybe breed a very nice colored fish. I mean, I got yellow, I got blue, I got silvers, I got like tigers, I got mosaics. I mean, like, I've even been keeping track. That one right there in the middle of the camera, he's been a baby that I've been watching for the last couple days, and he's pretty cool. He also has a parent that looks exactly like him, but these guppies are really cool because I've been breeding them and I've noticed similarities between the children and the parents. I don't know if those pandas can breed with the regular black moors. I would assume they could. I don't know how that would turn out. Plus, we don't know if we got males and females, so if that happens, I'll be more than sure to let you guys know.
They are goldfish.
They are the same type of goldfish, basically. They're just different variations, which means they're the same. They're kind of just different colors. It's kind of like how you have different colored guppies. Now, before we continue, I do have like some bad news to report. If you guys have been watching like the last 10, or sorry, the last like 12 videos I put out, at one point in time you've probably seen my Oscar tank. Well, I would like to talk about Oscars for a little bit, and I'm talking about mine specifically because he is a disease known as hole in the head, and I'm gonna be showing you guys what that is. No. Hole in the head is a very... Hold on. Sorry, dry throat. It is a very specific disease that's caused by a bacteria that you can't treat with the right medication. Basically, it causes this. As you guys can see, he has these white spots, and those are indents in his head. Now, if you see, the big one does have some black coming back, so we have started to treat it, and I think we're making some headway with the way that the black has started to come back in. The thing about hole in the head is it's very common in Oscars for some reason. People don't know really why, but it's caused by a parasite that basically gets into the Oscar's body, and it uses its antennae to move through the intestinal tract in the system. So basically, one of the things you have to do is clean the water. You have to do a lot of water changes. You need to make sure that this is out of the water as much as possible. The next thing you can do is get a medication me and Mom have been using. I'm going to show you guys what it is, simply because it's by Chem, and it's called Metroplex. There is a general cure API version. I've tried that and I had no success with it. I've talked to some people and they say that they've never really had success with it either, so I'm not going to be using the API version. The Chem version, though, I've had somewhat success for a while back. In fact, on this very Oscar, in fact, he just got it again. It's something you're always going to have to look out for in your Oscar. If you start seeing indents and white spots, get this into the tank as immediately, as quick as possible, as you know, as you can. You're also going to want to get into his food, so if you want, take like a little shot glass, put it in there, stir it up with some water, and take whatever you usually feed him. I usually feed him like shrimp or krill, and you could probably also do this with some frozen foods like beef heart. If it gets really bad and he starts going on a hunger strike, we're going to be trying goldfish. Basically what we're going to have to do is take the medicine, inject it into the goldfish's mouth, and throw it in there and feed it to him. If he doesn't eat that, there's a problem. I really don't like sharing the bad parts of the fish keeping hobby, because I know a lot of people watch these videos for info and knowledge, but that is kind of the info for today. If you guys do have Oscars or any type of cichlids, really, hole in the head is a common disease that you may one day have to deal with, and I just thought that that would be a very important thing to show you.
We're trying to save him. We're going to go pick up some more Menadite.
Chem Metroplex. God, I really wish this... Sorry. But the Chem Metroplex is what we have, and we're going to be getting more tomorrow.
We're at the point now where he's not eating. So they're going to give me live goldfish tomorrow, and Frankie's going to have to get a dropper and see if we can't force the goldfish to swallow the medicine and then feed the fish to the Oscar. Hopefully he will eat live food. They don't eat fish flakes. You need to be very careful on what you feed your Oscar.
When you just first start having your Oscar, you can feed it fish flakes for a while, but they are highly aggressive meat eaters.
Beef heart.
Beef heart is a good idea if you don't want to feed them live food. Some people don't want to feed them live food. In fact, I don't like feeding them live food, but sometimes you need to do it.
Because he's not eating anything else.
He's not eating anything else, and that's the reason why we really ever feed him live feed. I've been feeding him shrimp, krill. Some people use live shrimp and live krill. I do not, because I don't really have a place to get them. But I've heard people doing it. Basically, if it can fit in his mouth and it moves, or moved at one point, they'll eat it. Anyways, guys, I don't really know much else to say, except I hope you guys are having a happy day and everything. We are probably going to be... How long do you think they've been in there? I'd say about 10 minutes. Yeah, because we got them in there like at the very beginning of the video, and it's like 13 minutes in, so yeah. It's probably time to release them, Mom. Where's the scissors? Now we're trying to find the scissors.